I'm going to talk about a word today that's always impressed me about a lot of Americans, a lot of people in the world, resourcefulness. The Los Angeles Rams had an incredible defensive game plan. Tom Brady, you will not be able to throw the ball deep. Chris Hogan, he'll never be open. Tom Brady loves to throw to running backs. James White, one catch. They took that away. The Rams also led the NFL this year in defending the bubble screen. That's not available. Tom Brady won a Super Bowl throwing to one guy, a 5'9" slot receiver who was a quarterback in college who looks like Santa Claus. He won a Super Bowl with that. What separates Bear Grylls from me isn't the fact that he can climb a mountain. It's that he can do it with a spoon and a gum wrapper. I would need 9 goats, 4 tents, 13 Explorers, and 2 SUVs. He can do it with a ball of yarn. Resourcefulness. I'm sorry, but I'm not impressed with rich people's kids who go to Ivy League schools and prep schools and then have a nice job and make 6 figures. I'm impressed with a kid who lived through divorces, maybe drugs in the family, some abuse, and 25 years later, they run their own company. Overcoming. Life does not give you a linear path. It's not sunny every day with no traffic, and the kids slept through the night, and you slept perfectly, and the eggs were just right. That's not life. That's a television show. That's a script. Life is having to overcome crap, bad bosses, average help, late to work, a wreck. You got to use an app to get there. That's what life's all about. Tom Brady yesterday. I've said this about LeBron James. The most impressed I've ever been with LeBron James in my life wasn't winning with the great Kyrie Irving, wasn't winning with Chris Bosh and the great D. Wade. When LeBron James lost Kevin Love and Kyrie Irving and took the Golden State Warriors 6 games in the finals, and the best, most reliable teammate he had was Matthew Dellavedova. And he took the Warriors 6 games with Matthew Dellavedova. Are you kidding me? There's never been a basketball player, including Michael Jordan, Kareem, Magic, Kobe, Larry, MJ, that could take Matthew Dellavedova and get 6 games into the finals. Overcoming stuff blows me away. That's why Hollywood makes movies about rags to riches, about people that don't get perfectly what they want. Yesterday, the game-winning drive, I read a story this morning that essentially with 9 minutes to go in the game, Josh McDaniels went to the sideline, the Patriot offensive coordinator, and said, I'm scrapping the game plan. Nothing's working. We're going to do something, and we haven't practiced this in months. We're going to huddle every play. We're going to use 2 tight ends and a fullback and Mike Devlin and have an empty backfield. And they huddled every play because they hadn't practiced it. And they averaged on that drive 12 yards a play. The rest of the game, they averaged 4. By the way, I'm not saying last year's Super Bowl wasn't impressive for Tom, who threw for 500 yards, and everything worked. And Danny Amendola was open, and Edelman was open, and Chris Hogan was open. And I'm not saying that wasn't impressive. But what was impressive yesterday is the Rams took virtually everything away except Julian Edelman. And I love Patrick Mahomes, and I love Russell Wilson, and I love Andrew Luck, and I love Aaron Rodgers. They're all amazing. Those guys aren't winning a Super Bowl with Julian Edelman. Are you kidding me? They didn't have a deep threat. They couldn't throw to running backs. Their running game was spotty. Chris Hogan was blanketed. Brady faced interior pressure. The Rams had an unbelievable game plan. And Brady, with a 71 quarterback passer rating, won. By the way, let me tell you the quarterbacks who have been able to win Super Bowls when they didn't play great. Terry Bradshaw, 96 passing yards, won a Super Bowl. John Elway, 51.9 passer rating, won a Super Bowl. Peyton Manning won a Super Bowl with a passer rating of 56. Big Ben won a Super Bowl with a passer rating of 22. And Tom Brady yesterday won with a 71. What do they all have in common? They're Hall of Fame level players. Most quarterbacks in this league, Kirk Cousins, guys I like, Alex Smith, they need a lot of stuff to work for them to win big games. Nothing worked for New England except Edelman. We're spoiled. We've had so many good Super Bowls in a row that if it's not a fireworks show, if it doesn't go to overtime, if it's not 35-34, oh, who cares? Yesterday was all about great defensive game plans, great defensive pass rush, great secondary play. Defenses were unbelievable yesterday. Wade Phillips, tip of the cap. Belichick, Brian Flores, tip of the cap. But one player on offense was able to overcome that, scrap the game plan, be resourceful using just Julian Edelman, and win the Super Bowl. Tom Brady. I'm sorry. Be impressed with a rich family's kid who has a nice, clean path to success. I like people who get crapped on. I like people who overcome. Brady yesterday, it didn't feel good in the moment. He's probably bummed out in the moment. He'll look back 25 years from now and go, how the hell did we beat that Rams team? I'm asking it this morning. I want to shift to this. Great to have you in on a Monday, really is. Great to have you in. I want to talk a bit about Julian Edelman because there's 5 or 6 Patriots that create the core of their team. Gronk and Brady and Edelman, Devin McCourty, Dante Hightower, Shaq Mason. And not all of them are high paid. Most are paid below kind of market value. They are the core of the team. And I'm all for free agents and I'm all for trades. But realize when you get somebody via a trade or free agency, they often come to your team wanting something. Kevin Durant came to the Warriors wanting titles and wanting to elevate his legacy. Okay, the Warriors' core is Steph, Clay, and Draymond. You don't hear a lot of talk about them wanting to leave. Kevin Durant walks into a perfect situation, and every time I open a sports page, every time I read a blog, he's not totally satisfied because Kevin Durant came there with an agenda, came there wanting things. Steph Curry invited him and gave him things, gave him the ball, let him take the big shots, gave him more minutes, more fame, more headlines. I tell my kids this all the time. There are very few people that will jump in front of a car and give their life for you. And there's a word for those people. It's called family. And you can go get free agents, and you can get stars, but who's there for you? The core of the Patriots is defined by Edelman. Precise, tough as a cheap steak, plays hurt, imperfect, 7th rounder, never seeks attention, never demands the ball. I'm not saying stars don't have a place, and I'm not saying free agents don't have a place. NFL free agency, they're trying to get more like NBA free agency, which is awesome. But when LeBron went to Miami, Dwayne Wade's family, LeBron James was just really talented and rented. Chris Bosh was really talented. Udonis Haslem is family. Steph is family. Edelman's family. Hightower's family. Gronk is family. Brady's family. Josh McDaniels now. He left for a while. He came back. He missed his family. Is that when I watched that game yesterday, what really, really sticks with me is that, and it's not, Edelman's story is not just about that he's, a 7th rounder, but I go back to something I've always believed in sports, that sports are similar to like a house. You have a foundation, and then you build the house. But when you drive down the street and you see a house being built, it all starts with the foundation. They don't build the roof first. They don't build the kitchen first. They build the foundation. And then people come in from the county or the state, and if the foundation's not right, you can't build the house. Your foundation is who you draft. There's an old saying in sports, nobody loves you more than the team that drafts you. The Orlando Magic loved Dwight Howard. Everybody else just saw him as a means to an end. Edelman, Steph Curry, they define their current dynasties. Drafted by him, mentored by him, coached by him, loved by him. willing to give. Because when you're in the family, you'll step in front of that car for another family member. As much as you say you like your neighbors, as much as you say you like your friends, as much as you say you like your college professor, your buddy, you wouldn't step in front of a car for him. Edelman, Steph Curry, that's what you build around. Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from The Herd or go watch a few segments from other shows on FS1.